4-year upload-aversary! Yeah, I know, I just went, like, face from Nick Jr. there. But it's been 4 years since I started routinely and continuously uploading videos. Now, I'm not quite at my, like, subscriber goal just yet, so you don't get that video. But one of the things I decided to do for, like, an anniversary celebration was just kind of go over some of the videos that I've not actually made, or have had to shelve. The stuff that you guys haven't been able to see. Now, some of these we've recorded parts of, and either audio's gotten corrupted, video's gotten corrupted. I reflected on the concept and it didn't seem like that good of an idea. So I'm breaking it down into 2 parts. Part 1 are videos that got filmed but never uploaded. And part 2 are concepts that we've never really gotten off the ground. So if I have any of the information from them, I'm going to splice it in so you can kind of see what we were going for and maybe why I decided just not to go through with it. I know that there are some YouTubers out there, I'm thinking specifically of Bunny from Graveyard Girl, who have like hard drives full of stuff they just never put up. My list isn't that long. But for starters, the first video I can think of that we recorded that never got uploaded was back in 2017. My friend Sarah made me a surprise box for my birthday and Christmas and just put it all together, and we filmed it in her basement. Unfortunately, we forgot a tripod, so watching the video is kind of like majorly aggravating to motion sickness. Instead of actually using a tripod, we tried to balance it on a series of like stable boxes. But what ended up happening was the table itself was wobbly, and you can kind of see what happened here.
They make a lot of the chocolate.
There are
like,
two
I think
things
Glacier
left.
are the ones that make coffee.
Oh yeah, but Meiji's chocolate rooms.
Yeah.
And
Also, I was covered in Christmas bows. So that was a concept, like, I love that concept, and we did kind of revisit it for my birthday a couple of years later, but it just didn't really work out. Another one that very tragically did not work out, back in 2018, we went to Too Many Games. I filmed a video with my good friends Dan and Cinco of Game Apartment 1C. Unfortunately, all of the footage got corrupted. The only thing that remains is this still photograph. And it was a really cool video. Like, Dan and I have been in the convention scene for years, and we were talking about, like, do's and don'ts of, you know, if you're going to a convention, what you should and shouldn't expect, things that you can do. And it just, it's gone. It's gone to the ether. The whole SD card corrupted, and it was an absolute nightmare. We had, like, 40 minutes worth of footage completely gone.
And it was a great video too, guys.
It really was. I actually would love to refilm this someday, but unfortunately, Dan and Cinco live in Maryland, and I live in New Jersey, so especially right now, can't really travel too much, so that's... It may come back someday. We'd love to redo that. The next video that got filmed, but I ended up having to scrap. I did this video and I had this concept that I called the Mixtape Diaries, where I wanted to revisit a bunch of the mixed CDs and mixed cassettes that I had made when I was in high school and college. And I liked the idea initially, but it was a lot of me saying, this is a song, and this is why I like this song, and this is a song, and this is why I like this song. Not really having much personal connection beyond, I like this, it's nice. Melting point of wax means nothing to me. You know, that means, like, you know there's these risks, but you're still gonna take them anyway, just fucking go for it. And I loved that about Thrice. I even ignored the fact that they were super Christian. On top of that, the copyright was a nightmare. So, ultimately, that one got scrapped. Another one, a couple of years ago, some friends from the Pokemon Go community gave me a giant, and I mean like 4 foot tall at least, Boardwalk Prize stuffed Pikachu. And what we had wanted to do was to document us restoring it. Unfortunately, the whole thing was filled with styrofoam pellets, and it was the most annoying thing in the world to work with. We had to bust out a vacuum cleaner. I'm still picking up styrofoam off the floor.
I got styrofoam in my lungs.
Yeah, it did not end well. Right now we have an empty shell of Pikachu that needs to be run through the washing machine at some point, 3 bags of polyfill stuffing in my closet, and no motivation whatsoever. So, again, I'd like to revisit that one at some point, but I just need to have the ability to do that, and right now, that ain't happening. I've also had to scrap a couple of videos that I've done with guests, which is devastating. So, also along the lines of the one that we scrapped with Dan and Cinco, I had our good pal Rosie Weird come by, and we did what we thought was going to be a fun challenge of, like, so what we wanted to do was we were going to film a video where we would try to identify celebrity crushes that we had as kids off of a list of 3.
Like, we said, like, the gross national product of Belize for years
To like
that.
mean a large amount of money.
But
I love kind of the inside sister jokes too.
Oh, yeah.
I have those with Maria, so.
But unfortunately, several of the people that got mentioned in the time since filming that have been revealed to be abusers or potential abusers, and that's not something that we really wanted to include on my channel. It's scary enough and horrifying enough, and I don't want to condone content of that nature. If you'd like to, you can check out Rosie's channel. She has a really good video she did about a similar situation involving one of these childhood crushes. So check that out. I'll link that at the end. Another tag team video that got scrapped. Sarah and I had done a retro anime Midi challenge, and this was one of Karen's ideas that was really cool. And she went through and she found a bunch of, like, old anime songs that we would have seen, like, the background of GeoCities web pages in, like, the late 90s. For some reason, those of us on camera were in costume, but not, like, anime costumes, just, like, my mom's old dresses from the 70s. And on top of that, the audio didn't record. So the only audio we had to work from was the camera itself, which didn't come out too great, especially when we were trying to listen to stuff from computer speakers. So that I do actually have a little bit of a clip of.
5 for me.
Just didn't work the way we wanted it to.
It would be a fun one to try again.
Yeah, it would be interesting to try to workshop how to do that one better. That would work better probably in, like, an actual game show format rather than how we were approaching it. So don't rule that one out just yet, but it's definitely back burner. Another one that just went on and on and on. We talked about doing a Disney World FMK challenge, which we would end up taking 3 rides from different parks and comparing them against each other to see which one we would keep, which one we would trash, and which one we would fix. But as is the nature with Disney parks, like, we filmed, I think, just Magic Kingdom, and it took probably close to an hour. The format of everything would work much better in podcast form, I think. And as we also discovered based on this channel, that's not something that I'm particularly interested in pursuing.
Peter Pan's Flight, though I love it,
You were gonna keep that one as is. Oh no, you were
No, I'm
refurbishing.
refurbishing
Okay.
it. Mostly because I feel like for some unknown reason, that ride always has like a freaking 90-minute wait.
I don't understand.
I don't
It's got
understand
It's got one of the biggest waits in
the
all
entirety of Magic Kingdom.
So that one, we've kind of workshopped a better way to do that. We may see that again after the parks reopen. I believe they're actually opening today, but I'm not going anytime soon, and I don't think you should either. Another video that I just I lost all steam while recording were for these guys. These are Yellies, and Yellies are little kind of robotic, they're spiders, and they also have other animals that when you turn them on, they move based on how loud you speak. Ah! So, I didn't really find a good way to display that. Like, it was a lot of me opening packaging and looking at it. I had trouble describing these guys. I like them, I think they're fun. I couldn't get a full video out of it.
So, Yellies are little battery-operated figurines? I don't know.
No, they're just toys.
They're just toys. It's a battery-operated toy. They use 3, no! Dip is better!
So, you can probably see some of it. I'll put in some of the footage. But anybody who's watching at home, these are really cute, and I think they're fun for kids, especially to get their sillies out. And on top of that, the final of the stuff that has been filmed but forgotten, I have started, I can't tell you how many day in my life videos where I either say that I want to do it and start filming first thing in the morning and just forget. Film like 2 little sections and then stop, or something bad happens and I opt not to continue with filming the day. It's just, it's not always good luck when I go to film a day in my life video. But that's set 1. Set 2 are the videos that we've workshopped, but just never really got a chance to work with. For starters, a big one that we've been trying to figure out how to make work. I bought a balloon animal making kit at Five Below. I think I actually talked about it in a Five Below haul. But the problem was how to turn balloon animals into a fun and interesting video. Because ultimately, all we wanted to do was make balloon animals. And these two were actually courtesy Karen. She made these. They're really cool. They're very good ones. She's on a bit of a balloon animal kick right now. You can probably check it out from her social media. But it just didn't come together as a good video. Yet. We might do something with it still. I have my doubts. But there was a lot. There is a lot of balloon animals. There were balloon animals everywhere. A lot of videos that I kind of started to think about were early on when I wanted to maybe put more of a focus on gaming on my channel. And I think that came from mostly that at the time I was watching almost exclusively video game reviewers. But my channel never really went in that direction. Like, you can see that I've touched on it on occasion. I've done some, like, Twitch clip compilations. But mostly I keep my gaming stuff on Twitch. So one of the ones I'd wanted to do was trying to replicate the beverages from Valhalla, Cyberpunk Bartender Action into real tangible drinks. The problem with that is I don't drink alcohol. So finding a way to not only make these drinks, but to make them virgin was extremely challenging, and I scrapped it. Another one along those lines, I'd started to script a video for Neopets and like nostalgia for the site, things that I'd been excited for when I was a kid about it, but that was like right when all of those like Neopets think pieces came out, and all the wind kind of got let out of my sails after that one. I have done a couple of Neopets videos on this channel. We've done like the painted Neopet reviews, and I do want to do more of those. Those are extremely fun. But the way I was writing it out, I started writing it out a lot more like a blog post than a video, and there needs to be distinction with that. Similarly, I'd started to script a video based on my like top 10 formative games I played as a child, which was weird, mostly because I didn't have like console games as a kid. Any games I had were mostly played on the computer. So that one, I think I still have that fully scripted, and that one you may see the light of day on that one at some point, but I really need to figure out how to make that work with my content. The Comms 101 was a script that I wrote out about all of, like, the do's and don'ts going to your first convention that kind of turned into the video that we did with Dan and Cinco that got erased. So, again, that one will probably show up someday, and I'm excited to do that one, just we can't right now. So, a couple months ago, and this one is actually very, very recent, this one dates back to early 2020, a friend of mine had linked an Amazon listing that was like 144...
Oh god.
144 weird miniature Pokemon figurines. They were all bootlegged. They were all terrible. So I wanted to do something with those because I bought them. But I wanted to do like a March Madness, and I realized that the format that I wanted to do would not lend itself well to video. That was one that just generally was going to work better as a blog post or a Twitter thread even. And it may still appear there, but I can't see that working in video format. Another one that we've been wanting to do this year and just haven't gotten a chance to is a weird soda taste test. Actually, just outside of the frame of the camera. Several months ago, I ended up purchasing this like set of 6 sodas off of Amazon that had strange and unusual flavors. For instance, this is bacon soda. They're all from like the Lester's Fixins brand, and I wanted to do a taste test with them, but every time I look at them and the ranch dressing soda, I really, really don't want to do that. Like, I put myself through enough trouble. I don't want to drink the bad sodas. And finally, the last one that I have been working on, and I am still working on, and this one is not going anywhere anytime soon in either direction. I don't plan on scrapping it, I just need to work it out a lot more, is the next History. I know, you guys remember that? Remember when I started to do a scripted series on this channel? Shit's wild. But the 4th History, and I'll give you guys a little bit of a teaser for it, is probably going to be a 2-part series about the history of fashion dolls in the United States. And I got so caught up writing the script between the introduction of Barbie and copycatting Build Lily and a bunch of other stuff that I just got so overwhelmed with information that I got stuck. I really, really want to do this video, probably before the end of the year, but I need to obtain a lot more, like, in-hand product to show off, rather than, you know, just kind of talking about it and pictures. So that one is, it's not fully scrapped. It will come to fruition someday, just not right now. With all that being said, everybody, thank you so much for sticking around for 4 years of this channel. It's kind of baffling to see that I could actually stick with it for this long. That's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that. And I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for everybody who clicks on one of my videos and sticks around, leaves a comment, hits subscribe, does all those things I'm supposed to tell you in the outro, and y'all are just the best. So thank you very much for hanging around. My social media links are in the description below. If you'd like to see more from this channel, do hit that subscribe button. We're getting super, super close to 1,000 subscribers, and when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll get to part 2 of this video. And don't worry, I'm not giving up on this one. Click the little bell, because if you want to stay in the know, the bell's the way to go. Likes and comments, let me know to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy 4 years, everybody. Bye.